As Jaehaerys had wished, Princess Daella Targaryen and Lord Rodrik Arryn were married before the end of 80 AC. It was a small ceremony in the Sept at Dragonstone, attended only by close friends and family, as larger crowds made the princess uncomfortable and nervous, and often paralysed her with fear. Nor was there to be the traditional bedding ceremony. Lord Rodrik kindly made sure this would not happen. Afterward, Lord Arryn took his princess back to the Eyrie. "My children need to meet their new mother, and I want to show the Vale to Daella," he told the queen. "Life is slower there, and quieter. She will like that. It will suit her well. I swear to you, your grace, she will be safe and happy in the Eyrie." The eldest of Lord Rodrik's 4 children from his first wife was a daughter, Alysanne, 3 years older than her new stepmother. The 2 of them clashed from the first. Daella doted on the 3 younger children, however, and they seemed to adore her in return. Lord Rodrik was true to his word, and was a kind and caring husband who never failed to pamper and protect the princess. Such letters as Daella sent to her mother, letters largely written for her by Rodrik's younger daughter, Amanda, spoke glowingly of how happy she was in the Vale, how beautiful it was, and how it made her feel safe, how much she loved her lord's sweet sons, how everybody in the Eyrie was so kind to her. Prince Aemond reached his 26th birthday in 81 AC, and had proved himself more than able in both war and peace. As the true heir apparent to the Iron Throne, it was felt desirable that the king give him a greater role in the governance of the realm as a member of his small council. Accordingly, King Jaehaerys named the prince his Justicar and Master of Laws, in place of Rodrik Arryn, who is now back in the Vale. "I will leave the making of laws to you, brother," Prince Balon declared, whilst drinking to Prince Aemon's appointment. "I would sooner make sons." And that's just what he did, as later that same year, Princess Alysanne bore the spring prince a second son, who was given the name Daemon. His mother, irrepressible as ever, took the babe into the sky on her dragon Meleys within a fortnight of Daemon's birth, just as she had once done with his brother Viserys. In the Vale, however, her sister Daella was not doing near as well. After a year and a half of marriage, a different sort of message arrived at the Red Keep by Raven. It was very short and clearly written in Daella's own uncertain hand, almost illegible. "I am with child," it said. "Mother, please come. I am frightened." Though the princess professed delight that her mother had come, and apologised for sending such a silly letter, her fear was palpable. She burst into tears for the slightest reason, and sometimes for no reason at all. Lord Rodrik said his daughter Ellis was dismissive, telling her grace you would think she was the first woman ever to have a baby. But Alysanne was concerned. Daella was so delicate, and she was carrying very heavy. "She is such a small girl, such a big belly," she wrote to the king. "I would be frightened too if I were her, even with the amount of children I've had." Queen Alysanne stayed beside the princess for the rest of her pregnancy, sitting by her bedside, reading her to sleep at night, and comforting her fears. "It will be fine," she told her daughter, 100 times. "She will be a girl. Wait and see. A daughter, I know it. Everything will be fine." Alysanne was half right. Emma Arryn, the daughter of Lord Rodrik and Princess Daella, came into the world a fortnight early. After a long and troubled labour, Princess Daella screamed through half the night, but it is said she smiled when her daughter was laid against her breast. But everything was far from fine. Childbed fever set in soon after the birth. Though Princess Daella desperately wished to nurse her child, she had no milk, and a wet nurse was sent for. As her fever steadily rose, the maesters decreed that she might not even hold her baby, which set the princess to weeping. She wept until she fell asleep, but in her sleep she still kicked wildly and tossed and turned, her fever rising ever higher. By morning she was gone. She was 18 years of age. Lord Rodrik wept as well, and begged the queen's permission to bury his precious princess in the Vale, but Alysanne bluntly refused. She was blood of the dragon. She will be burned and her ashes interred on Dragonstone beside her sister Daenerys. Daella's death tore the heart out of the queen. Looking back through history now, it's clear that it was also the first hint of the rift that was about to open between her and her king. Alysanne Targaryen, in her grief, blamed herself and Lord Arryn and the Eyrie's maesters for their part in her daughter's demise. But most of all, out of all of them, she blamed Jaehaerys. If he had not insisted that Daella wed, that she pick someone before the year's end, as what harm would it have done her? To stay a little girl for another year or 2, or 10. She was not old enough or strong enough to bear a child, she told his grace back at King's Landing. We ought to never have pushed her into marriage. How the king felt about this matter is lost to time.